Alrighty, hello everyone. Hello yellow, whatever. Um, Welcome to the original Xbox home screen. I think it probably hasn't been that long. I feel like I do a lot on the original Xbox, don't I? There's Husk. Hello. Today we will be playing a game that is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year, just called Black. I can't help but think in today's climate, if you just call the game Black, that wouldn't go over very well. I just can't help but think that, oh, like, man, in 2006 to 2026, very different times, right? This is a game I have no prior experience with outside of playtesting it to make sure it works. I did play a few missions because I actually, enjoyed it to a degree, for sure. And I was played it yesterday just to try and get audio volumes right and familiarize myself with the game a little bit. Also, the game has fully customizable controls, which I'm happy about, and I did a bit of messing around with that to get it to be something that's a little more modern, um, something that I feel a little more comfortable with. But this game celebrates its 20th anniversary on, I think it's like February 25th or 23rd, somewhere around there. So we're about 10 days out from that. I hope you're doing well today, Husk. I see you guys are all sitting in VC, so hope you're having fun in there. I don't really have anything else to add about this game. I swore for a little bit there that I swore to myself that I was like, I'm pretty sure there's a 360 version, but I didn't, when I looked at the wiki page, there wasn't one, and I couldn't find anything. So this was a game that was just released on the original Xbox and the PS2. I did not see GameCube version on there. I wonder if maybe it was one of those games that like, and granted, I think it's just a campaign. So if like the GameCube using mini CDs would have been one of those factors, or if they just thought, you know, and Nintendo's the kiddie console, they're not gonna want this shooty bang bang game on their system. I don't know. I could sit here and speculate, but um, this being one of those games that came out kind of in the last big year for the original Xbox, I feel like it's one of those games that you can kind of look at and say like kind of shows some of the best graphical prowess of the original Xbox. Um, I'm sorry, it bugs me a lot that the one eye is very twitchy. Um, I don't have too much else to say about this game. Like I said, it wasn't something I was aware of when I was a kid. Um, I can't remember if when I got like the thing is I remember at points when I was older, like I want to say more teenage years, I saw like some people that had the game. I'm trying to remember if when I got my own original Xbox, which I got from helping someone move stuff like out of a storage unit to their truck to put in their new home or whatever, that they gave me their original Xbox. I can't remember if this was one of the games they had or not. I can't remember if I ended up buying my own on eBay, but yeah, this is one of those games that's just been, sitting on the backlog for a little bit, and I kind of just off the top of my head remembered, oh yeah, that's a game. That's a game that released in 2006, and the focus of this year is a lot of games having anniversaries. So let's do a relatively, I would say it's a pretty unknown game. Twitch said that this game had like 2.8K followers or something, so it's not totally unknown, but it does have a certain style to it. I think when I boot it up, you guys will see it does have a certain um, feel to it that I think like probably got some people kind of. So anyway, let me go close the disk tray. Criterion Games. I know them more for the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit game in 2010. I need to say, when I saw the name, that gave me some hope, because I was like, I don't know what really they did before this game. This probably wasn't their first game, I wouldn't imagine, but I can't remember if it will go. There's a little like cinematic thing it will do. I'm not sure if it does it from here though. Electronic Arts presents a Criterion Games production. Black. Music produced by I don't Michael Giacchino? Giacchino? I'm not. Original score by Chris Tilton. I feel way more confident in my pronunciation of that name. Performed by the Hollywood Studio Sympathy Orchestra. Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. Live action sequences directed by Joseph Hodges. Live action editing and visual effects by not Tropic? Tropic? Performances by Marty Papazine? Paul Pape. What a name. Jackie Gonu. Renee Majuka. Are you having fun hearing me butcher names? I'm just gonna let it sit for a second, because I'm pretty sure it should go to a little animated thing. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna be upset. There we go. You guys get to witness, like, I almost want to call this like a bit of gun. I don't know if I should say the word on stream, but if you love guns, It's just so funny because to me, it's like we want to show you how much effort we put into our guns for this game. I love like the freaking like chrome. Also, I'm pretty sure the Uzi rack's on the top, not on the side. On the side, one of those things I immediately noticed. Like, I don't think that's how the Uzi cocks. I'm pretty sure. I will go to control setup for a second. So I have changed this to be to something that's less old school, I guess you could say. You will notice that there is a next music track in the options there on the D-pad I put there. This game, fun fact, is one of those games. So if you don't know, the original Xbox, you could like burn music onto the console itself, and some games would allow you to use your like the music you had on the console in game, and this game actually has that feature. Now, I'm not gonna do that for obvious reasons. This Xbox already had music installed on it or in it. Like there's some Eminem and stuff on there, so I could if I wanted to, but obviously, stream and YouTube or Twitch and YouTube wouldn't like that very much. So that's I'm not good at multitasking between streams and PC, so I will have to watch later. See rookie. So 11 games have music features though. I know it's like I'm sure you could get like some perfect music to go along with the missions in this game. I hope to see you later, if possible, Auntie. You know, on memories of some PS4 games, multi-meeting music whenever Spotify was on. Cool, cool. Um, yeah, for like instance, left trigger was grenade throw, which is right up alley with like Halo, but for the most part, I prefer left trigger to be aim. So I made the B button throw grenade, which because the original Xbox controller doesn't have bumpers. Thank you, Auntie. It just meant I kind of had to settle it with it being on a button. I think melee was on B before I put it on right stick because again, that's just a very modern thing. Crouch on left thumbstick. That is very much a Halo thing. A lot of game, or I guess mainly Call of Duty has like, crouch on the B button. I don't know if it's just me, but they have two separate change weapon down and change weapon up. But as far as I have played, you can only hold two weapons, so I don't know what the point of that is right now. So I just have change weapon on Y. I don't really get the point of having a change weapon up and change weapon down when you only have two weapons. And they actually originally had pickup weapon on X and reload on A, which I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna flip those. Now, like, preferably I would be fine having them both be on the same button. But as someone who's been playing a lot of Helldivers, and you actually use what's the A button on the Xbox controller, right? To pick up, and then the reload button is on what would be the X button on Xbox. I was like, I can actually like, I think that would be fine for me having pickup be on A because I'm used to that from Helldivers. So if we go, what's it? The music sound setup. You can see custom soundtracks. So like, there's game default, there's Eminem, Mix, Tupac, Linkin Park, country tunes, oldies, Rise Against, Metallica, Nirvana, Yin Yang, Twins, 50 Cent, Disturbed, whoever that is. Again, I got when I got this Xbox, they already had all those on there, so like some of that stuff's not not me. I'm always down for some Eminem though. Um, I don't know what the play mode means exactly, or I guess no, that it would just mean like they wouldn't be in order, right? They would randomize it, right? I didn't think about that in the context of that's in the music settings, so. So I'm only, like I said, only 3 missions in. We'll obviously start the very first mission because it'd be weird if I just skipped the first 2 missions for you guys. Alrighty. Pretty sure you cannot actually skip the cutscenes in this game. I'm mistaken. As you can see, there's a number of difficulties here. Easy, primary objectives only, lots of health packs and rewards. Primary and secondary objectives, normal amounts of health packs, unlock silver weapons. Primary and secondary objectives, no health packs, unlock silver weapons, and Black Ops mode. I don't know if would Black Ops mode have even more secondary objectives than I'm not. We're just gonna stick with normal. We'll see if this game, how much this game ramps up in terms of difficulty. The third mission was kicking my ass at points, but it's also being a little reckless.
Keller J, Sergeant First Class, serial number 7178412. Iran, Guatemala, Colombia, Croatia. Very impressive.
I know what you're trying to do, sir. It ain't gonna work.
No, Sergeant Keller, you don't know what I'm trying to do. I'm here to clean up this mess. If you cooperate. If I walk out that door, everything you did will be declassified. You will be convicted, you will be discharged, you will spend the rest of your life in prison. Very well, Sergeant. Have it your way.
Wait. What do you want me to do?
Tell me everything you know about Seventh Wave.
Weapons dealers. Heavy hitters dealing mostly in high-spec, former Eastern Bloc hardware. Clients began to include terrorist cells. Seventh Wave was escalated to priority status after they took out 9 agency spooks. Coordinated executions. Division wanted Seventh Wave taken out with extreme prejudice. Intel zeroed in on 3 possible targets. Valencia was the boss. Reuven and Yevtushenko were the muscle. 3 teams were tasked with Overwatch until it was time to take them out. I had one of those teams. Intel suspected the Brits, Chinese, and Israelis had teams in the area. Everyone was after these guys.
Who was the 4th man?
Gun for hire. Didn't think much of him at the time.
What went wrong?
We got made.
One of 8 secondary objectives. Alright.
1, 5-1, this is Hammerhead 6-2, classified troops barricaded to the north. We're circling around you to find an alternate route, over.
Copy that, 6-2.
I've done my best to make sure the audio is pretty balanced, but feel free to let me know if it's too loud and if there's any bleed through on my mic.
Hammerhead 6-2. This is 2-5. We're pinned down. I have multiple casualties. Request priority medevac on my location.
Stay again, your last, we did not copy.
This is 2-5. I say again. We're pinned down. We're pinned down. I have multiple casualties. Request priority medevac on my location.
Copy that, do that en route, ETA 5 minutes.
Hammerhead 6-2. This is Alpha 2-9. We have eyes on 2-5. DC receiving heavy fire. Multiple hostiles inbound from 5-1's location. Request AC-130 gunship support.
AC-130.
2-9, QRF is en route to reinforce. Rally on their position and do it to them.
Let's get on top of it. Reloading.
Black squared, black squared.
Get me some fucking
Skylar Dark Fox, thank you. I really appreciate the raid. I don't know if I'm missing a joke here, black squared. Please fill me in.
I'm going in. This is Admiral 7-1. Packages roped in. We are standing by in holding pattern. Over.
Copy that, Anvil 7-1. Provide overwatch for Echo 5-1. They are moving to Rally Point Zebra, over.
Is the developer for the aircraft I was flying in Flight Simulator.
Copy that.
Ah.
On station.
That makes sense.
They're coming in through the wall.
I hope you were having a good stream on Flight Simulator. I'm not too privy to it myself, but I do think it's a lot of cool stuff I do see in it.
RPG in the tower. 12 o'clock. Cover that fucking window.
He's over there, right? I feel dumb. Where is he?
Take out the reinforcements.
You're up there, okay. Pretty beautiful flight on the whole X-15 over around the world site. That sounds like quite the task. I'm guessing it's like how long the actual flight would be, right? Like the hours are accurate the flight time.
Stand by, 5-1. 5-1, that is a negative. Do not pursue the package. Hold your position and secure the location. Do you copy?
Be advised, target's times 2 still in the perimeter. Target 4 has just entered the building west of Bravo team.
Okay. Complete accident. It takes some real dedication. Now, my understanding of, isn't it if it's a longer flight, you might have more than one captain or like one crew to fly?
Hold your position, Bravo.
Obviously, you're doing a simulator, so I don't know if you maybe just have it set up to just be you the whole time, regardless.
You will hold your position, Bravo.
I can't wait here. I'm moving out.